got robbed, leaving a ring in 10. But he's doing the right thing. He keeps moving towards the left. There's third arrow right there, the 15th board, 39 boards across the entire lane. He throws it right over third arrow, only to leave the solid 10.
And another spare for Russell Serwetnyk. Russell played in a tournament in Cincinnati that you're familiar with back in 2005.
Super Hoinky?
Super Hoinky. Yeah.
Super Hoinky used to be worth a lot of money. Are you kidding me?
Thanks for coming.
Man, that's just not right.
Holy.
I know. Why don't I hold him and you punch him? I mean, this is a perfect shot. Watch this. The bowling ball is going to go right through the 1-3 perfectly and just right by the A-pin.
Wouldn't think it's possible to miss everything.
This guy must have done something really bad today to have that kind of luck.
Now it's down.
Holy Hoinky.
Holy oinky. That's not right.
Another spare.
I feel your pain, Russell. I feel your pain. His max score now 190 for Russell Serwetnyk. Conrad Merker's max score 223.
Now remember for Serwetnyk, as Conrad comes back with a strike after the open. If you are Serwetnyk, you want to keep in mind the 4 highest losing scores, because they will also join the Sweet 16. And right now the number to beat is 168 to grab the 4th spot. But he would move up the ladder quite a bit if he can strike out here and get that 190 that Randy was speaking about. So Ian Nakonechny is your low man right now, and he's the man on the bubble. He's the bubble boy. And Conrad Merker will sit.
Vic, here's the number that I'm looking at for Russell Serwetnyk. It's Robert Brace's 179, because with only one more match left, if he gets around the 179 number, he's locked. He's in and will advance to the next round.
Little tap, no, it won't go. He just hasn't been on the game.
The best he can do now is tie, though, because if he spares here and then strikes, he will have 179.
So he picks up the spare.
A strike here, he guarantees himself moving on.
Get him on!
First one is a big one for Russell Serwetnyk, who will finish with a 179. Conrad Merker will advance with his 190, so he becomes the 11th seeded player to move on. This is the TSN Classic Bowl Championship. Just one more seeded player to determine who makes it to the Sweet 16, and then of course the 4 top losing scores will fill out the field. Will it be Ryan Seton from Mississauga, Ontario, or Pickering's Tyler Lee? Well, of course, one of them will become the seeded player to advance, one of them hoping to become one of the top 4 losing scores. And right now it's advantage Tyler Lee as we play here in the 4th.
But again, Vic, if you don't mind beating a dead horse, coming into this match, if I was one of these 2 players, I'd say to myself, all right, in order for me to advance, I got to do one of 2 things. I have to either bowl 180 or better, or I have to beat my opponent. For me, that would keep my arm swing pretty loose.
Okay.
Knowing that I don't have to go out and try to shoot 250 to make it on a reasonably tough oil pattern. All I'm going to do is make spares, keep the ball in play. I'm going to advance to the next round of this tournament.
All right, let's go. Another shot like that.
Well, here's Ryan Seton at the open in 2. Bounced back nicely with the strike in 3.
Get it right.
Can he put strikes back to back?
Carry.
Yes, he can.
Ryan takes the lead with that double. Gets him back in the high 190s. Steps into that last step instead of sliding. He likes it, that down and in shot. Well done. I've had a lot of time to talk with Ryan Seton. Nice kid, man. He's just a great guy. And right now looking to throw a 3-bagger on to Tyler Lee.
It's got to get up.
1, 2, and not 3 for Canada's Bowler of the Year in 2007, Ryan Seton. Finished 2nd in the Tournament of the Americas. They played that in South Florida. That was in that year, 2007. Boy, it was his breakout year in Canada.
All right. Come on, buddy. Let's go.
The other thing I noticed about these players, great sportsmanship, all of them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You see Tyler Lee, he's a banger. He likes to get in and really strap on it at the bottom of the swing and use that power to his advantage. And right now, he hasn't quite figured out the right angle to get his ball to face up to the pocket. He had that disaster in the first frame, but it didn't hurt him because he came back with a spare, so he doesn't lose count. Second frame almost misses the head pin running away. But guess what? He's kept it together, and he's clean through 5 frames.
There's exactly what you're talking about. 5 frames, 5 spares for Tyler Lee. Ryan Seton had that open frame in 2.
Too much hook on the left lane, not enough on the right lane, and Tyler's just trying to somehow figure out a way to keep his head above water. That late timing, hand right up the back, never gets the ball to push far enough to the right.
He reminds me a little bit of Russell Serwetnik in the previous game. I mean, Serwetnik was moving left, moving right, trying to figure out where do I go. I mean, he was all around the head pin, but a little wide here, pulled it over there. Some adjustments now for Lee, do you think?
Oh, without question, he's going to keep fishing and moving around on the approach, trying to somehow find the 1-3 pocket.
Get up.
Get up,
Baby.
get down.
Ryan's got the pocket. He's got the line. All he has to do is make shots. He knows exactly what his bowling ball is going to do when it leaves his hand. He knows what's going to happen when he throws it correctly. It's going to do this.
It's good. Carry.
Not quite. Didn't carry everything. Carried 9 of them, though.
Let's go 1.5.
Just a pinch high, leaving the 4-pin, but staying out of trouble, leaving himself an easy single pin spare. Again, both players looking to stay above 179, and they will both advance. Well then.
Come on, buddy. Let's go.
You got to kind of get the sense that they're rooting for each other to make it.
Yeah, I think. I mean, the possibility is there for both of them to get through. One is the winner seeded player, and the other one is one of the top 4 high scores of the losers from the field of 24. So we narrow it down now to the Sweet 16. Little off balance and wide again. For Tyler Lee, who's the bowling center manager of the Kennedy Bowl.
Are you kidding me?
Well, there's his first open, and it comes here in 7. But let's go back to what we've said before through watching this competition. You like direct best. And I mean, I don't know if you could have done something else, but we've seen bowlers who take that direct route and drive through everything.
I still think that, especially on a difficult oil pattern, you need to throw the ball straight at your spares. And right now, Tyler has now put himself in position to have to throw 2 strikes in a row to get over that 179 number. He's at 178 right now if he spares the 245. So by missing that spare in the 7th frame, that put him under the magic number of 179.
Hook a little.
My point is right there in front of you. He throws the straight ball at the 245, but not the 128.
Right.
Hey, I'm not trying to beat the guy up, but I think it would make him, it would certainly improve his spare game if he tried to use that straight ball at all of his spares, with the exception of anything that has that backwood like the 3, 6, 9, 10.
And there you saw the 4 highest losing scores. Those 4, and it'll spin like a top and never catch it.
Well, now this match just got a little closer. If Ryan doesn't slide the 4 into the 9, if he gets one of these pins, we're going to have a 4-pin match heading into the 9th and 10th frame.
And that's what it'll do. So we have the open for him here in the 8th. He sits at 142.
Let's go. It's a better shot.
Sure is.
Better shot.
Nice way to bounce back with the pressure on right now.
And he sets up the 10th frame. If he strikes out, he can shoot 202 and lock out Tyler Lee. The only problem I have, Vic, is that Tyler Lee has not thrown a strike yet in this match. And he's been changing